You know, golden hour gets all the attention. But the hour before dawn, that belongs to something else entirely. I set up on the ridge at 3 a.m. The Milky Way had risen in the southeast. It arched up and out of the gorge. The river below was invisible, just black. It was quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you aware of your own breathing. Most photographers sleep through this part, and I understand why. But what might surprise you is this is where the story actually starts. Good morning. I am back at the East Rim Overlook of the Big South Fork National River. And there's this gorge that's been created over the years, the thousands of years to create this gorge through here. As sunrise is pending, it's already beginning to warm up the atmosphere. I'm a wildlife photographer. I follow animals. I know how to wait, how to stay still, how not to be seen. Landscapes are different. You know, the light doesn't care what time you set your alarm. It just shows up when it shows up. And you have to be there for it. The subject doesn't move toward you. You have to find where the light goes. In a gorge, that's not always obvious. The walls trap the dark. The river holds the cold. But here's a tip. Scout it out the day before. Watch where the light first touches the canyon rim. Find that angle, and then show up before it does. Shooting the Milky Way is also a patience game, not unlike waiting for a great horned owl to move or a coyote to cross a ridgeline. You set your exposure wide open, high ISO, shutter at 8 to 12 seconds before the stars start to trail off. And then you just let the dark do its work. The gorge holds on to the dark longer than the ridge does. Cold air settles in the canyon. You feel it before you see anything change. I made about 30 frames over the next 2 hours. Some are keepers, most are just practice. That's what astrophotography is. And there's a quick note for anyone who wants to try this. Big South Fork sits in a low light pollution zone, which means your window is real, but it's not perfect. Face southeast in the summer to catch the galactic core rising up in the sky. I set my ISO to 3200. My aperture as wide open as this lens will go, 1.2. I set my shutter speed for 10 seconds. I found that 8 seconds is too fast to get all the galactic core's vibrant colors, and 12 seconds is too long and the stars start to trail off. 10 seconds is just right. But here's a tip. In a gorge, your histogram will lie to you. The canyon walls block the ambient light unevenly. Expose for the sky, not the ground. Blend in the shadow detail in post if you need it. And then around 4:30, something shifts. What might surprise you is the hardest part of golden hour photography isn't the settings at all. It's the waiting. You can't see it yet, but you feel the temperature drop one more time, and a mist starts at the river, cold air meeting the warmer water. You hear it before it's visible, just a faint movement below. And what might surprise you is that this is the moment that most photographers who've taken the Milky Way are walking back to the car. But I stayed. I'm a wildlife photographer. Landscape is different. You don't have to position yourself so that your subject is moving closer to you. You have to position yourself where the light is there, and you have to chase the light. And then it came. 20 seconds. That's how long it takes for the gorge to wake up. Golden hour in a gorge is a moving target. The rim lights up fast. The river stays dark for another 20, 30 minutes. You're working with two exposures in the same frame at the same time. But here's a tip. Expose for the lit rim. Let the canyon floor go dark. That contrast, the gold above, the shadows below, that's the shot. But your histogram will push you toward the middle. Don't let it do it.
The mist is flowing in over the river.
I didn't come for the animals this trip. I had one thing on my mind.
The rim of the gorge,
that ridge line, that light, that gorge. But a turkey doesn't care about your agenda, and a small group moved through just after first light. They were unhurried, unbothered. And then a deer in the understory later, just standing there watching me the way deer do. Animals show up on their own terms. They always do. You know, a wildlife photographer waits for the animal to reveal itself. Turns out a landscape does the same thing. You just don't get a second chance if you blink. The gorge? It was there yesterday. It'll be there tomorrow. But that light at that angle on that morning, with that mist moving through, that's gone now. It's just a part of the landscape. I've been a wildlife photographer for a long time. I chase animals because they surprise me. This morning, the land surprised me too.
It's a little dark, but it'll catch up.
That doesn't happen often, but I'll take it when it does. If you want to see what Big South Fork looks like when you arrive with no plan and the right people, that video is already up. The link is in the description. And if you want to follow along for more, I'd be glad to walk with you.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a cloud of mist.
Subscribe if you would. Hit the notification bell. Give me a thumbs up. Make a comment. I love to visit with you. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you.
It's like this gorge. It was here yesterday. It'll be here tomorrow. But that light, at that angle, on that morning, well, that's gone.